So I've been making videos on YouTube for about 15 years, and I've never once turned on my camera. It's not the point. I'm usually here to teach you code, teach you critical thinking, how to debug, how to uh, work with legacy code. These are things that are important to me. These are things I enjoy. And I'm very aware of the fact that teaching is without a doubt the best way to learn something. So I've turned down my video because I want to talk about a thing. And I am going to show some stuff, but for the most part, I just want to talk this through because I just realized something today. What I realized today is that the use of AI is causing developer skills to atrophy. And I stumbled upon this because I also realized I'm in a bubble. I live in a bubble, but it's a different bubble than what you think. So, full disclosure, I'm a laid off software engineer. I'm in no harm's way. I'm doing great. I had a long, wonderful career. I made a bunch of money and I saved it all and fucking, I don't care. Here's the other thing. So today, for the first time in a long time, I talked to one of my former colleagues, and he was telling me that everything's changed and it's weird that he doesn't feel like a creator any longer. And um, I was like, of course you don't, because your skills are atrophying. And the bubble's coming. I said OpenAI and Anthropic are doomed. And his response at the time was totally agree on the atrophying skills. Like that's definitely a thing that is happening, but not agree on the OpenAI and Anthropic, failing. And that was when I was like, oh shit, I live in a bubble. Because as a laid off software engineer, I don't have any interest in spending a bunch of money on tokens, whatever the fuck tokens are. Sorry, I know what a token is. I'm just saying as a unit of measure, it's silly. Um, so as that person, I've embraced open source models, open source weights, and local AI. And in the last 3 to 6 months, like anyone who's working with open source AI has realized, like, holy shit, this is on par with everything I've ever used. And part of that is I realized it. So April 15th, the free tier of Quen as a service stopped working, but I had been using it for like 2 weeks nonstop. And the day it stopped, and this is only a month or so ago, the day it stopped, I immediately recognized, like, oh shit, my skills have atrophied. I'm reaching for this thing without even considering how to solve the problem myself first. So, my thesis here is that big AI, so it's going to be your Anthropic and OpenAI for the most part, are um, are fully aware that this is happening, and it's not a bug; it's a feature. It's the Uber model, it's the Netflix model. Like get them dependent and then hike the price. Like what else are you going to do? You no longer know how to code. We've robbed all of the senior to principal engineers of their ability to code, and we've kept out any junior engineers from entering the workforce, and now you have no fucking choice. Like you're hooked. So here's a study by Anthropic, and it shows AI tools are weakening coding skills. Done. That's a thing. I'll leave a link to it. But that's a study by one of the largest big AI companies that says this is happening. um, Here is another study that says 4 times more code cloning. That's copy and paste than moved code. So this is just reusing, regurgitating the same bullshit over and over and over. So there you go. That is a study that's actually out there, and this information is known. Everyone knows this is happening. People's skills are atrophying. All right, so this is on the open source stuff. So here's Baidu. They dropped, and Baidu is if you don't know who Baidu is, they are known for being proprietary, very closed source. But they dropped this Ernie thing, and it's wild. Like the stuff you can do with the Ernie image generation, and I think video generation. I'm not positive, is crazy. Um, it puts anything anyone else has out there to the test. I would certainly put some of these open source softwares up against some of the closed source ones any day of the week, and there's nothing that says any of these are going to do anything but get better. What do I got here? So this was, you know what? I don't know. This is a reasonable or a document that you can look at that talks a lot about the impact of DeepSeek. You know, releasing their 300 billion parameter model into open source at some point. Um, I would certainly look at Quen. Quen is, if you haven't heard of Quen, you're living in your own kind of bubble, because Quen is the most downloaded open source model in the history of all models ever, period, including the little weird GPT OSS crap that they put out. Quen is blowing it out. It's wild. The amount of derivative models from it, everything, it's crazy. Quen 3.6 is unbelievable. So I firmly believe that Quen 3.7 or whatever they release next is going to be totally closed source, and they're gonna put out their hand and say, now you got to pay us. Because I mean, I'm under no illusion that these great leaps forward in open source are going to be anything other than what we've already seen in the closed source. Baidu, Alibaba, these companies are they're gonna put their hand in your pocket real soon. But it's fun right now. Uh, so here's an article. It's from last March. Most researchers, and if you read through the article, you see it's 76% of the researchers that were asked these questions, they don't think AGI is likely. And the reason I bring this up is because XAI, OpenAI, Anthropic, maybe. Anthropic seems a little more product minded than these other guys with their giant, allusions to, we're going to create AGI. There's a handful of issues with that one. Again, most AI researchers, like these are real scientists really doing things. They were interviewed and asked these questions. They said, nope, it's not likely. It's maybe never going to happen. Um, there's a really good book. I'm forgetting the author, but the title is Empire of AI, and it's mostly a takedown of Sam Altman. The book itself is it's a takedown of Sam Altman. Um, but I saw her, the author, on an interview, and she raised a really interesting point. She's like, nobody is answering the question, why are we trying to get to AGI? And more importantly, like, what is AGI? Nobody has a real answer. I mean, I don't think I could start a business today where I said, like, I'm going to build, the mega golf club, and then the investors say, like, what's a mega golf club do? It sounds great. And I say, well, like, I don't know, it's mega and it's a golf club, and fucking let's go. And but, massive amounts of money are being poured into this. In the last year, 48%, actually, I think this is old. I think the number is higher now, but in this one, it was 48% um, total venture funding. That's approaching 50%, and I think we're at that mark now. 50% of all venture funding is in AI, is towards companies that claim they're building AGI, when in reality, the product they're building is already here. If you are a user of ChatGPT, you go to ChatGPT and there's ads, and that is the product, my friends. It's exactly like I said before. It's the Uber model. It's the Netflix model. You degrade the free tier in order to push people to the paid tier. And then anyone who's in the paid tier, you push them towards, enterprise contract. This is not new. This is the same model that's always been, except these companies have this weird AGI pie in the sky thing that they can say, like, well, if we don't build it, China will first. Like, who fucking cares? It's not a real thing that you're ever going to get to, and you can't describe it. Nobody has ever described AGI to me other than, Philip K. Dick, maybe, but certainly not Sam Altman or Elon Musk. And I have a lot of respect for those guys. Those are wonderful businessmen. Um, but I mean, they don't know what the fuck AGI is, and nobody does. So, what do you do about this? I don't know. I think all the normal stuff applies. Like when I was starting my career, I had I learned to love uh, debugging, working legacy code, problem solving. I think all of those things still apply. They're just being devalued at the moment. So I'd say if you're a senior engineer or later, try to hang on to those as long as you possibly can. That's probably going to require weekend projects or whatever. Or what I personally do is I have AI free days. Like I don't use on certain days of the week. I don't use any AI. I don't open AI. Um, I don't. I use a little autocomplete. I'm not going to lie, but no asking AI to do anything. That's been helpful for me. If you're trying to break into the workforce, that's a very different story. But I would certainly say that everybody, including senior engineers, would be um, well off to really learn and understand AI. And to be honest, it's not that complicated. If you are going to go the machine learning route, neural networks and all that, there's tons of books, there's tons of videos, certainly smarter people than me to teach you that. It's all very, very doable. And I would say that I personally have found a lot of satisfaction in understanding the harness. And that's a thing that's been proven at this point, that the large language model isn't the most important thing. It's the harness. It's the agent loop, the context compaction, the error handling, all these regular coding concepts that have been around forever. So I would say stick with those, dive deep into those, write your own coding agent. Yeah. So there you go. That is my first ever in 15 years turning on my camera. I don't think I'm going to keep doing it, but I'm going to go edit the shit out of this and probably post it, and we'll see how it does on the YouTubes.